What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's your boy Snacks like a bag of chips, man. We're in the building. You know, got the heat on right now. It's freaking cold outside. It's 13 degrees. You know, and the reason I came to this live right now is I want to talk about paying off debt. You know, I want some people to get in the live and, just, I want y'all to comment, or, I want y'all to tell me if y'all, if anybody's on this journey of paying off debt, because I feel like debt is something that holds a lot of people back, right? I feel like debt is something that everybody get themselves into if you're not aware. I feel like everybody in this world could be financially free. I feel like everybody in this world could have, I feel like everybody in this world could have, a lot of money if, you start saving now. But in order to do that, you can't really be in debt. And when I say debt, I mean bad debt. I'm talking about bad debt, bad debt, bad debt. Right now, I'm on the journey of paying off debt. I know it's a lot of people out there that's actually paying off debt. There's a lot of people out there that got trapped. I was one of the people that got trapped, and I'm just coming to this live to talk about it. And that's something I want to do. And if anybody could, agree with me or disagree with me, I want y'all to tell me your thoughts, or just text me your thoughts and drop your comments in. But I'm going to just tell y'all my story. I'm going to tell y'all about me. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going through right now, So pretty much, right now it's 3 o'clock. And I had a lot on my mind. So, yeah, I work a job. Yeah, when I get paid, I have a lot of debt to pay. And honestly, it's one of those things in life where you can avoid, right? So, there's some things that you could do to avoid it, And some of the things I've been doing to avoid the debt that I'm already dealing with, is not going into any more debt. So a lot of debt comes from impulsive spending. Like sometimes you might see something you might like and you might just want it. Like my reasoning of being in debt is I have 2 cars, right? One of the cars is a good car. It get me back and forth to work, but I'm in debt with that car. You understand? So think about this. Think about it like this. And if you in debt, or you got a story, or if you ever been in debt, I want y'all to just, drop a comment and just, just tell me if you could, align with what I'm saying. So think about this. Think about this, right? You work and you get paid. And when you get paid, you got to pay somebody else. In the Bible, it says the borrower is a servant to the lender. So that's something I've been big on lately. So pretty much what that means is, it's self-explanatory, right? Pretty much common sense. So if you borrow money from somebody, you have to pay them back, right? So I'm gonna just say, for instance, one of my debts is with Nissan, right? So every time that I get paid from my job that I work hard for, I do 40 hours a week. Sometimes I do more. And when I get paid, I got to give a portion of my check to Nissan. Think about that. So say you got kids, say you got a family, say you got obligations, say you got responsibilities, say you got say bills to pay. Everybody got bills to pay. Everybody got some type of bill to pay. Everybody got a phone. You on this live, you watching me, you got a phone. Some people phone bills is $100. Some people phone bills is $110, $120. Even some people phone bills go all the way up to $200 because a lot of people put a phone into their bill. So their bill could be $60, but their phone you paying every month, and that's $40. So there you go right there, $100. Now that's a form of debt, right? So think about these were smoking lips. Think about that. So if you're gonna be negative, get off my live. I'm not trying to teach anybody about anything, but I'm just telling my story. You could stay, you could listen, or whatever. But anyway, like I was saying, think about this. When you get paid, say my check is $1,000, right? And my bill is $400. How much I got left? $600. So $400 is going to Nissan. Now that money right there is a part of debt. You like the video if you're in the building. That money right there is a part of debt, which you could be saving if you never got into that debt. And you could be putting that towards your future. You could be putting that towards your family. You could be putting that towards your kids. You could be putting that towards something else, right? Think about all of the positive things you could do with that extra $400. Think about you being able to take your mom out, you being able to take your significant other out. Think about being able to take your spouse out. Think about being able to take your sister out, your niece, your nephew, anything like that. But a lot of people got to get out of the mindset of just impulsive spending. A lot of people get into debt when they're in their 20s, because when you go to the dealership, the dealership like, all right, this kid, he got a car. I mean, he got a job. He making $1,000 every 2 weeks or whatever. He could be able to pay $400 a month. And when you do that, you jumping into a cycle that you think that you can handle, but as that cycle keep going on and on and on and on, it gets boring. It becomes a nuisance to you, because now you have to pay that $400 every month for however long your term is. So say your term is 36 months, which is 3 years. Or say your term is 48 months, which is 4 years. Or say a term is 60 months or 72 months. A lot of people pretty much stretch it out, because when you stretch a term out on a car, it pretty much makes your payment smaller. So that 400 could go down to like 280, or that 400 might go to 215 or something like that. So pretty much people got to get out of the mindset of that, because what happens is, yeah, you could pay that. If you're making $1,000 every 2 weeks, paying 400 is easy to do. But when you're doing it over and over and over and over, it becomes a nuisance. It becomes a problem. It becomes like a pothole in the road. And then say, for instance, you get a flat tire. Now you got to fix that. Or you need to get a new battery. You got to fix that. Or you got to get an oil change. You definitely got to do that. You got to get an oil change twice a year. So, being in debt is something, if you could avoid it, I would say avoid it at all costs. Consumer debt. Consumer debt is one of the debts that you don't want to be in. Consumer debts is one of the worst debts. Like if you get a house, if you buy a house, that's a good debt to have, because then when you as you paying it, you could gain equity in your home, and that's pretty much a good thing. You dig what I'm saying? So think about it, like think about debt as a roadblock for your future. It's pretty much blocking you from becoming rich, because anybody could become rich. All you got to do is start investing now. You could take that $400 and put it into a Fidelity account or 401k when you're young, when you're in your 20s or your 30s, and by the time you're 50 or 60, you could start, becoming a millionaire or whatever. So, that's pretty much what I really wanted to say about debt, man. If y'all young, or if y'all, already got into debt, it's not too late to get out. That's all I gotta say. And y'all on my live talking shit. What y'all talking about? Who the fuck is saying that you a teen gang? Tomahawk Boys. Diamond Fives. Probably in your 30s drinking Bud Light beers. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. To be in debt is a roadblock for your future, man. Y'all got to get out of it. Y'all got to get out of it. I'm telling y'all. Or don't ever go into it. Yeah, you might want a car, but do it the right way. Save some cash up and go get a car. Go get you a nice little car. Don't pay $400. Some people, like the average car loan right now is like $700 per family, and people really paying that shit every two weeks. Think about that shit. Niggas is paying $700 every 2 weeks. Imagine what you could do with $700. You could do a lot with $700, yo. A lot. Some people don't even have $700 in their bank account. But when you get paid, it's a debt that you gotta pay. And it sucks if you gotta give it to Nissan, because it's like when you're in debt, you're a slave to a lender. You still a slave. You pretty much in chains, you in shackles. And you don't want to do that for a long time.